Everybody, how's it going tonight? Welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. This is Wagworks GA. If you didn't see that or click that right just now. Anyway, welcome to the channel. I'm Jeff. You can also call me Wags, and I'm one half of the creative team behind Wagworks GA. The other half being my wife, Ashley. She is the A. I'm the G. And together we make kids comics. So that's lots of what you'll see here. In fact, that's what I'll be working on tonight. One of our shorter form educational comics for kids. This one is for kindergartners through 2nd grade. We also do a series that's 3rd through 5th grade. And then additionally, we work on graphic novel type projects for like middle grade, ages 9 through 12. And then also some just general audience slice of life comics and some video game fan art, which we'll definitely be getting into next month as well. So that's what you're going to see here tonight. I hope you're having a good night so far. I'm just drinking my stream coffee, don't mind me. For those of you who are new to the stream, I do work a full-time job during the day, which is not art. And so I also have 2 kids. So I'm oftentimes a little tired at this point, but the coffee is a big help. I'm also a bit of a night owl though, so that helps as well. Anywho. So I'm just gonna hop into announcements. CoreToons is still chugging along. We should be getting an email out to our Substack soon, giving some information about that new fall issue that we started distributing to teachers a couple weeks ago, and expect to see in the very near future some of the content from that one that we'll be sharing out via a few of our social media channels. If you're interested in CoreToons, which is that short form comics for kids, we make it with a couple of other creator friends. You should check us out. I would first send you to our Substack. Hold on a second. Let's drop the command right there. So that's coretoons.substack.com. And that's just a free newsletter. You can check out the comics we've done so far over the 2 years of the project that we've all been working on it. And also get the newest news about our digital magazine format that we've just started this year, which we're all very excited about. It's been pretty cool. And we've got some more cool stuff in the works, but I won't say too much until it's ready to go. So CoreToons is rolling along. We're actually working on our weather educational comic for that tonight. This is hopefully I'll be wrapping it up next week. If not, I'll be doing that off stream. This is one of the last 2 streams we'll probably be working on that one, as November is going to get real busy. I'm going to be working on my donation piece for Games Done Quick. I think the games list drops November 1st. I should check the schedule. I haven't done that yet. Or I haven't verified that on the schedule is what I should say. So Awesome Games Done Quick runs January 4th through January 10th. Let's see, where is prize submissions open up? November 3rd. Let's see, I thought I had seen the schedule for when they were gonna put up the games list. Maybe they walked that back. Run submissions ended. Oh, here we go. The full schedule will be released November 17th, so not the beginning of November. So we might have a few additional projects to work on before all that, which is good because I got more projects that I'll be doing. I did also sign up for a superhero project poster, which that is not going to be on stream, most likely just due to the kind of trying to keep things private for the families that we're doing that for. But I have launched on another piece that has been a bit more ambitious than I realized. So I play with one of my kids at our local library's Dungeons and Dragons campaign. They've been running for a year and a half now, and we're on our 2nd campaign of the session, and we're wrapping it up pretty soon. And so I decided it would be a great and easy thing to do to create an illustration to thank our DM from it that features all of our characters. But this is like a giant group. Some of our sessions have 20 people in them, and I think I've collected like 19 characters worth of information to design some more detailed descriptions from the players than others, but that'll be interesting. I've kind of started on it, but maybe I'll bring that to stream at some point as well. But yeah, also, so that's the other big one. Yeah, so that's all most of the art news. But the big news, the biggest of big news that I have tonight. Some of you may already know what I'm going to say, because some of you might have already backed the Kids Comics Unite anthology project. The book is called Let's Go. That Kickstarter ran back in May. And it's the first ever anthology that this community published. We were part of that community. Ashley and I got to be both part of the committee to help, the publishing committee to help organize everything and kind of orchestrate the different other groups that were working on other pieces. And we contributed a comic to that one. So the Kickstarter was successful. The comics were finalized, the books were finalized, they were sent off to the printer, they were printed, they were shipped over from China, they arrived at our fulfillment house, and they started shipping. And a lot of folks are getting theirs right now. In fact, this is it. It's a real thing. The book exists. This is so exciting. Like this, this is, I've seen this cover so many times with our committee meetings and stuff, but I did not get to see it in person until just yesterday. That's really exciting. This is so much work from so many people went into making this book happen, and it wouldn't have happened without all of you who backed it as well. So thank you to everyone who backed this project. This is the first time I have ever gotten to hold my own work in my hand. And this is it, guys. You saw me working on this on stream. You saw my first sketches of this, my thumbnails of this, a little over a year ago. You saw me pencil, you saw me color, you saw me shade, and now here it is. This is the story that Ashley wrote, and the story that I drew, and it's real. And this is, sorry, it's really exciting because this makes us officially published. This is our first time ever being published, Ashley and I. So this is really special, and I mean, obviously, I'm so proud to see our comic in it, but there's so much amazing stuff in here. So many incredibly talented creators that went into that contributed work for this, that contributed their vision to making the book. It's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful book. I can't tell you enough how excited I am about this. It's super cool. If you backed the project, again, thank you. A lot of folks who worked on the project have ordered extra copies. As you'll see, we have, here's some sitting right here behind us, behind me. So I think those of us who table, which we don't yet, but someday we want to table at conventions. You can find the books. They'll be selling them at their booths and tables at conventions. But also stay tuned, because we've been talking about something about kind of keeping the book available, and I'll share that news when we are ready to share it. But there's something coming. Oh, hey Fallen, sorry, I have just been yapping and I totally missed you. Sorry. How are you doing tonight? Welcome on in. Let's see. So let's see. That's the big news. The book. It's here. People are getting their books. I think folks on the West Coast got theirs a little bit earlier. Yeah. Oh, like, so wait, what's your Halloween costume? Sarah Sanderson. Why do I know? Yes. Okay. That's why I know. Oh my gosh. So I've only seen the movie and the sequel once, which is probably blasphemy amongst most Disney folks. But I did like it. Oh, that's so fun. Crime. I know. Yeah, but that's awesome. Oh my gosh. So it's funny. I always liked Halloween for the costume side of it. My mom was actually like a textiles major in college. She was incredible at making costumes. So all the way through my elementary school, I had like awesome custom made costumes. So I got excited about that part, but I didn't get as excited about like the movie side of it and the scary movie stuff. I haven't worn a costume in years. I've been excited, like I missed for a while doing it, like mostly through like junior high, high school, and college. But then after Ashley and I got married, we started, because then you go to Halloween parties and stuff. So we started actually doing costumes again, which is pretty fun. I think I showed it before. Do I still have it in my OBS? Ashley and I did, I think, our first Halloween together. We did Calvin and Hobbes as our costume. So it was a couple costume. Oh, I do have it. Okay, yeah, this is... Wait, what? What is happening? Where also is Frank doing all right? But yeah, this is us as Calvin and Hobbes. We hand sewed that tiger costume. I was very proud of that. It was a team effort, and I think it came out pretty awesome. But hold. They keep chatting him. Now this is outside of his like help desk responsibilities, right? He said, "Be right back," and he went poof. Well, I'm sure he'll make his way. Probably like that time he went to get the Kool-Aid and was out for a bit. It's all good. It's all good. They can smell that he's in a relationship and keep chatting him up, though. I'm sure he's being entirely honorable, though. All right, well, while we're chatting, I'll probably hop into warm-up here real quick, just to get things started, because I do want to try to make some more progress on the comic. So here goes art mode. He repoofed. Bamf in. So now that I got that up, let's bring up, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to warm up by doing a quick Pokemon sketch. That is my favorite way to warm up, as I am a huge Pokemon fan. Used to use the cards. I started to run through a lot of the cards that we had handy. So now I've been using, hold up, wait for it. That's not it. I've been using this, the random Pokemon generator. It's a good time. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll generate 3 basic Pokemon. With this, I will pick one of them, and that will be my quick warm-up. As previously mentioned, I work a desk job all day and do not spend that time drawing, even if that desk happens to also be my dining room table. So let's go ahead and get our Pokemon. see what we got tonight. Okay, so we have Cacnea, we have Larvesta, and we have Panseer. Okay, these are some good options. What do I want to go with? I'm kind of leaning towards Cacnea, honestly. Not gonna lie. So we'll probably start with that one. So let's hop over to our Clip Studio Paint window. Get rid of this. So wait, when you say he repoofed, does that mean he came back and disappeared again? Or did he come back? He back. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, it's kind of nice to be back doing the costume thing. So actually, I do couples costumes most years. Oh, it's been good times. You'll see next week what our costume is. At least my side of it. I'm not promising an Ashley appearance on stream in costume. Unless it was like a pajama costume. But, okay, so we're gonna do Cacnea. I'm gonna grab a reference real quick. Did I not dress up last year? I thought I wore something. No, I did Spider-Man. I was Spider-Man, but without the mask. Yeah? I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Now I gotta check it. Oh, I was. Yeah, I was Spider-Man last year, and the year before Stitch. But like a dollar store Spider-Man, yes. Yes, that. 100%. Alright, I will not check the YouTube done. I will grab the reference art. Frank, do you do costumes at all? Hello? Sorry, I was talking to Clip Studio Paint there. Yes, Frank? You're finally American. You have credit card debt. Oh no, Frank, it's, you know, just be careful. Just be careful. Please. Unless you're doing the thing where you use it and then you pay it off. That's a healthy way to do it. I stand by that. Go ahead and put the name right here. No. Is there a further story behind this? Or was that no to the costume? I'm losing track of my threads of conversation. Always a good sign at this point. Alright, so what I will do real quick while we're talking, you're just gonna declare bankruptcy. No, Frank, don't do it. You've got the dream, the house, everything. Too much on the line. Alright, so we're gonna do a 5-minute warm-up, just doing a quick thumbnail of this here guy. Cacnea or gal, it can be either one. So let me get the timer ready to go. I mean, sure, I could use a timer plugin that actually shows up on stream, but you know, that would be far too easy for everybody. Alright, so as usual, I encourage you to draw along. It doesn't have to be the Pokemon. Just loosen up, draw, have a little bit of fun. Timer will start now. Remember when I wait a minute, are you, if you ever wonder, I'm afraid of where this is going. Also afraid that I will fail the test. All right, so let's go ahead and do, how do I do this? How does a Cacnea sleep? By the way, I always draw my Pokemon warm-up sleeping because reasons. Just know that there was a high-level executive at the college you work at that bought a $500 gift card for a scammer. Fair, 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 fair. What does a Cacnea sleep like? Do they... Part of me wants them to actually sleep with their arms raised up unnaturally, like an actual cactus. Like when they sleep, they just look like an actual cactus. Everything there, so that would be in the ground. They like plant themselves, yeah. I know this is a little bit like how I did the Weepin' Bell last week. That's not a cactuar. Well, I was doing the cactuar, I do, you know, the arm would be down like this, and they'd have to have the, yeah. I do like cactuars. I know you're not a fan of the magic card for the giant cactuar. If anyone is lost, cactuar is not a Pokemon. It is a recurring creature in the Final Fantasy series of video games. Can you kind of give that a little dimensionality? I know I say sketch, but I'm kind of just doing the actual pencils here. Maybe something like that. I know it's weird to imagine it sleeping with its arms up, but I kind of like it. I stand by it. I feel like Game Chops knew we mentioned Final Fantasy, so they had to play the boss music from Final Fantasy VI. Just to prove they knew. So yeah, do something like that. There's that guy, there's that one. And that's all pretty straightforward there. So yeah, I guess I kind of just drew the pencils already. That eye is not even. Let's fix that guy. A little bit bigger. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Can I make it like kind of... Well, that just looks like it's crying. So not bad. Sketch that. Shade that roughly. Okay, okay. Kind of liking it. I can stretch it a little bit too, since the reference won't be there in a final image. What's going on with Lily? All good, hopefully. I can draw a little more background to it. Nope, that's a tangent. Ba, 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 ba. That. That. Just her naturally. Don't talk about Fallen's dog that way. that's timer. So pencils down. This one came out pretty good. I know it's thankfully is a bit more of a simple design of a Pokemon, so I got a lot farther with it in 5 minutes than usual. I know, I was just teasing. Yeah, but this is kind of fun. I like it. I feel like it does. I think it reads sleeping still. Has some personality to it. You can't fool me this time. I definitely don't believe that Fallen said that. Today is the 23rd of October, guys. Can you just believe it? You got her new favorite gym. See? Fallen's dog. That's what I'm saying. Although, to be fair, Frank, you did build her an entire, kennel. And endeavor to, make sure it had a solid roof over the top. You had to pick her up and throw her away. What? That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Also, you saved her from puppy prison. Kept her from having to do a hard time. Pretty impressive stuff. Okay, so this is pretty good. I'm happy with this. As I usually say, the idea was just to loosen up a little bit and make something that if I wanted to come back and finish it later, I could. And this checks those boxes. You're sending her back to jail. She's too delicate to do time, man. Come on. Okay. So last week, I spent almost the entire thing on this page, fixing some of the thumbnail and penciling that top panel, which is basically like 5 spot images because I like punishing myself. Guys, Frank got his book. Frank got his kids comics anthology book. He got it. When did you get yours? Out of curiosity. I think it made its way from west to east. So folks, the further west you were, the earlier you got it. Yesterday. Okay, that was the same time as us. I might have said a thing or two about it earlier, maybe. But yeah, you'll notice I have some, I can just figure out which way to turn. I might have a few copies of it here behind me. We did get some in case we ever, one, because we can, give it to folks. We're gonna put one in the Orlando or Orange County Public Library system. They have a local authors program, so we were gonna see if they will accept it in there. A little annoyed that yours wasn't signed. Like by everyone. Do you want a book plate mailed to you? By everyone. That one's gonna be a tougher taller order. Excuse me. There we are. I paid for that like 4 months ago. Yeah, it's, it took some time, but we finally got it off. I'm still so cool. And thank you for the stretch goals, everyone. The French flaps, as they call them. And of course, we got the plug in the back for Kids Comics Unite. a great community. It is free to join that community if you are an artist who likes to work on kids comics, and I highly recommend it. They have some great learning activities, how to grow your craft, how to do the business side of it. Yeah, also other stuff like co-work sessions, I think, accountability groups. It's pretty great. Frank, just saying. Lucy Goosey, I know you don't do it necessarily as a kid's comic, but it could be. It would fit. It's got that all ages vibe. Well, Frank, since you're here, let me directly thank you. Because I did not say that. I did not say that. I will. You know what? If you overshadow, I'm willing to pay that price. Because the world needs more Goose, right? But Frank, thank you. It's your support was part of what made this happen. So directly from me and Ashley to you, thank you. But speaking of more Goose, you know, you'd think I know my own emotes. There we go. All right. Speaking of the world needing more Goose. Only hire people slightly worse than me so I look better. I mean, that is one way to do it. But I get the impression, Frank, that you're actually, you know, quite competent at what you do. So honestly, there's a, you know, pretty high bar still. High bar? Wow, I broke out my Minnesota accent for that one, apparently. That was good times. Alright. Anyway. Book shenanigans aside. Oh, you tried to set up J.O. the Sawu? Is that how you say that? Try to set him up? Alright, yeah, so while we're chatting, I am just gonna try to get through pencils tonight, and if things go really well, I would love to get into inks. This panel number 1 was definitely the most extensive one I had going there. J.O. You don't even know how to say his name? Okay, J.O. Gotcha. So I'm very confused because I assume that that's like a Twitch username, but then I'm like, this is someone that works at your university, maybe? Because you said they helped you out with stuff. Pronounced Joe. Oh, pronounced Joe. Easy enough. Interesting. Well, I was very wrong on a lot of things about that pronunciation, and all of it. Yeah. I completely misunderstood the situation. I'm just gonna say that much. He's funny. Is there a particular moment you're pointing to? Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, what size brush was I using? 5 maybe? 6? That's fine. So maybe I have him like holding his jacket like that. Is that clear even though? What's going on? Maybe have him like fanning his jacket. I like that. That's clearer. Especially given the size of the image, I think that'll read way better. You're going to karaoke night? That's fun. Send everyone that flirts with him that isn't Holland. That's a solid plan. That's some real wingmaning going on. That came out so weird. What is? Yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. They're like a zombie horde. They can smell your nuts. I tell you what, Frank, if I'm being totally honest, this area is out of my expertise. And I've never had that problem. I'm like, oh, so he's not a waste of time. He can be serious. Okay, this kind of works. I was trying to figure out what to do with that jacket, and it just was nothing was reading clear. I feel like at least having him holding it or fanning it all week, at least once a day. I mean, I'm happy to hear that you're being like, shoo, go away. That's good. Oh, do you have the same problem, Fallen? Apparently I'm on my own on this. So that kind of there. And this is kind of shaded. I mean, I won't actually. That's fine. Oh no. That must have been challenging. So I need to make sure that's clear. That's not an arm. It looks a little bit arm-like. I called the cops on him, easy peasy. He's banned now because... Oh, yeah. Hey, that's not really cool to say. Yeah. Yeah, that's not all right. I mean, I'm glad that there was a resolution. Can't say the way he said it because... Oh, so that, it's that level. Ugh. Sorry you had to deal with that. That's... Yes, Frank? Like this? Something like that. That's fine. The guys at work love your comics? Well, yeah, of course. They should. They're great. To get you away specifically from the stalker? Like, you should make some for the department. Oh, bar work. When I was in grad school, I did some comics of like our lab, like our little group. But especially once I got into my current job, I realized that there are some real challenges about making comics about the workplace. If you're using people that are in the workplace. for lots of reasons. So I don't do that. I haven't done that because I just, even thinking about it made me uncomfortable. Like, no, I can't. I shouldn't. Just the creeps in general. In Minnesota? Oh, so like goose in the setting. That could work really well. And now it's on his desk. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, yeah. So just in general, populated area. Lots of creeps. Kind of trying to draw some generic piles of leaves, but not trying not to draw every single leaf, which is, you know, a lot. So, out of curiosity, like creeps aside, how do you like living in the metro area? I've never gotten to live like in the actual like you know, downtowny metro areas of a city. The closest was when we lived in Houston, and like I like that side of it, but I know I was also, you know, I was not working downtown every day. I was working on my thesis from our apartment, and I got to come downtown to like have lunch with Ashley most days, but it was a very, you know, not the full experience. Oh, wait, what show are you watching? And also, I'm pretty sure she didn't say it like that, but you know, I'll let her set the record straight. So you're not a fan of metro area? I just always like the kind of the energy and life of an area like that, of like a big metro. But I can see how it also has a lot of drawbacks and challenges. Okay, some leaves there. I'm just trying to get a little bit of grass texture in here to make it clear what's happening. You hate how busy it is? She hates the law. Oh, goodness. Oh, the show is The Law. For some reason, I thought I misinterpreted that one wildly, just wildly. But you did actually question. Okay, fair question. All right, pencils. Yeah, guys, I'm on to the new panel. I did it. I really did it. So excited. The Law is a character. What show is this? I feel so out of touch and clueless. It's great. Video game high school? That sounds fun. Wait, I've seen... Just pinged some vague thing where I've probably in some way heard of a little bit of it, but I have no clue. I'm not going to pretend to really know anything about it. It's a YouTube show. Nice. Honestly, yeah, like we cut cable a while ago, and we do watch Disney Plus, and we do watch like some Hallmark stuff, but for the most part, Twitch and YouTube are by far my most common entertainment sources. The mascot is a cat named Cheeto. Fair. Fair. Alright, so we're gonna bump up the brush size here. ponytail is lower down here. How was her jacket collar? How did I do that before? I liked it. Okay. Nothing crazy. Cool, cool, cool. So Fallen, you're not a fan of his favorite character. What, do you have a favorite character, and what is Frank's opinion of that character? I need to be careful because I think I'm accidentally aging these characters up a little bit. This is supposed to be kindergarten through 2nd grade. Oh, you don't hate him, he's just not funny. We all know how important the law is here. Your favorite is the other more. Wait, so isn't that the thing that you criticized Frank for? Or questioned Frank, not criticized. Asked him about. She loves Ted's dad. So I'm looking back at some of my other comics, FYI. That's what I'm doing in this series, because I'm double checking just double checking the proportions and making sure that I'm not unintentionally making the characters look older than they did in the other comics that I did here. Is that Ki or Kai? I feel like I've read too much Dragon Ball Z manga and I just want to say Ki. You were Team Jacob. I see. It's Ki, but okay. For Kimberly. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. Her playing Pokemon in the last episode. Team Jacob in the movies. Team Edward in the books. Oh, I see it. I get it. Yeah. You know what's funny? Pokémon. Thank you for correcting me there. Yeah, it's really funny. We rewatched the movies recently. Especially there was a certain mood from Bella, especially in the first movie, that we were trying to pick up for a character in one of our graphic novels that we were like working on the pitch for. And so we rewatched it, and it's just like rewatching it now that we're like, you know, grown up and have kids and not like early 20s in our marriage. It's a very different perspective, and it's just like so many red flags. There's so many red flags happening right now, everywhere, just everywhere. I figured that was going to come out at some point, Frank. I don't know, like there's still a certain vibe to it that I still enjoy. Yeah. There's a little more cringe to it watching it now, but I stand by it. I still like them. It's good. You know, Frank, what's funny is, you know how we talked about this already. Yeah, very, very unhealthy. It's not actually the relationship goals that they might make it out to be. Okay, so I checked. I think this proportion is pretty good. These look, I think it's okay. Legs might be a little bit long. Like, I think the slide looks about right. This one looks about right. The jump rope is okay. Swing looks okay. Soccer might be just a little taller and lankier than I had intended for the age group. I'm not just obsession, but also like I will say the overprotectiveness on Edward's side. I mean, I know that was kind of a point in a lot of ways, but it's like, ooh, rewatching it, it's like, oh man, that's a little rough. But instead of her, I mean, I could see it if I shorten. That doesn't make sense if I do it that way. Nowadays, that's called book talk. Well, wait. No, so I haven't read them or watched the movies, but I'd heard that 50 Shades of Grey actually started its life as a Twilight fanfic. Yeah, I can't comment on the books or the movies because I know nothing about them. I'd heard that they actually started out as a fan fiction, which I thought was fascinating. Oh, really? Yeah, I can't really give an opinion either way on it, but I know it was a thing for a lot of people. I guess that's what I go with. Okay, I think maybe a little bit. Just trying to make her a little bit less lanky in this, because that makes her look a little bit older than what the age for this comic is meant to be. You saw the first two movies in theaters, but not like with your mom, right? The first scene. I think I get what you're getting at with your yeah, I don't know. I respect that a lot of people liked it, and you know, have full license to choose what they read, but I just, it was not something that really got on my radar much, and I didn't really read it, so I have no idea. Now you love books like that, but the ones you own are way worse. Yeah, I don't know. I think obviously working more in like kids stuff, that genre is not as much on my radar. Like not really at all on my radar. But I respect, like, I think it's important to have creative works in all genres and in all avenues of human expression. I think there's a lot of things to express there, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think all parts of the human experience are important. Well, then just, get the house, unpack, and there you go. Boom. Problem solved, Frank. I mean, there's also the library. The library is another option. Sorry, I said Frank, but I meant Fallen. Apologies. Here I was looking for a chance to just razz Frank, and I totally jumped in the wrong direction. Oh gosh, is it 11 already? Man. There we go. So it does circle back to Frank. Perfect. That's weird. Oh, nice. Have you been trying it out? And how do you like it? Might be a little low. Yeah, that's a little bit of a long arm. Little bit better. Okay. Thanks, Frank. You hate it? How do you use it? I did not draw in Photoshop ever. Yeah, never did. I took a graphic design online course. I got a Groupon to do a 4-month graphic design certification online through a university that was actually based out of Dublin, like an online university. And I did it, and as part of that, we did some work in Photoshop, and I just did the free trial because that was all I needed for the coursework. And it was mostly learning photo editing stuff, photo touch-up, that kind of thing. We didn't use it for drawing. Most of the actual design was done with Illustrator, which also has its own quirks. I did draw comics in Illustrator back. I'd gotten a student copy right before I graduated. And I did 10, 12 comics in it. I got the hang of it eventually. The vector was tricky the way they did it. Oh, Illustrator doesn't have a tablet app. You know what I've heard good stuff about though, if you have Adobe Access, is Fresco, which I think is probably a lot like Procreate. But Fresco I've heard good stuff about. That might be a better entry point for you. Just thinking. All right, I'm gonna draw this hand. That's an eraser. It's going great. All right. Okay, that's not weird. I was like, is it gonna be weird if she's walking with her fists clenched? But I think that's okay. I think it's all right. I don't think it looks weird. Yeah, so I did a little bit with Illustrator back when I did the graphic design course, but then Most of my other experience was like CS2, so like I guess pretty much ancient would be the way you describe it. Without a pen, just doing with mouse, like the vector controls were, I would say, unwieldy at best. Hold on, do I have any of them on this computer? Let's see. You're gonna revoke my degree with... You can do that? Where would I even have them? Oh my gosh. Maybe... No. No comics there. Okay. All right, you know what? I do not have them handy. We're just gonna put it that way. Easy peasy. Tell you what, it is just a little after 11. Actually, it's almost 10 after. I'm gonna do a quick BRB, run a 1-minute ad roll, and I'll be right back. And maybe if I have a second, after I step back, I will see if I can find them, because I do have Illustrator made comics somewhere. But for now, we're gonna be right back. It'll be just a couple minutes. I'm gonna try to be super fast here since we're already a little bit late, and I will see you guys in just a few. Okay, and I'm back. Yeah, I hope you had a good break. As well, I actually have been in the chair for a moment or two here, because I was looking for some of the old Illustrator comics that I did, and I found them. I did indeed find them. Hold up, let me. I can show you one. It's the humor. I'm not a writer. I can't stress this enough. It was funny to me, at least, you know, at the time. I'll go with that. I'll wait and see if Frank is back, and then I'll show it. So I'll get back to work, and then we'll see. Plus, I do want to, you know, actually try to finish this penciling tonight. If I don't finish the pencils tonight, I will be finishing them off stream. I can't do it. I can't do another pencil stream on this, you guys. I can't do it. I gotta move forward. Yeah, that makes more sense. There was something definitely unnatural looking. that like works for a thumbnail, but maybe not so much for a, you know, actual finished panel. So we'll just not do what I did there. Maybe make it a little bit shorter this leg. Do. So they do both have the Converse style. Hey, they're just my characters. How would I know? There's another tree. I need to make that have no leaves. Yeah, that's what I thought. Check that a little bit straighter. I mean, I could do this. Since this is just pencils, then I'll draw the inks freehand, but it really does help to have the guiding straight line there. I know when I was doing Kids Comics Studio Intensive, they had some really good advice about how actually super duper straight lines can oftentimes look really unnatural and actually kind of pull people out of the comic. And I do agree with that in general. I like to try to keep things pretty natural looking. However, I think using the guidelines is not so bad. And there's certain spots where I'm like, okay, I need to be faster, and using a line tool is going to help me be much faster than freehand drawing a line over and over again. What's happening, Frank? What's going on? What's the story? He did it. Oh no. I feel like there's a story here. I don't know why oh no was my first reaction. Sorry for that. I'm not sure there's actually anything wrong with that, if she did even, but go on. You basically did. He did not say patootie. Somehow, I did not think he said patootie. I thought it might have been a different word. Man, me blatantly not using the cool cloud drawing technique Frank showed me recently. The unmitigated gall, I tell you. The cloud thing? Where, you know, and then you just kind of draw the bubbles around them? You remember that? That one? We looked at it on the post on Instagram. That one. The easy clouds. That's the one. Oh, speaking of showing, I did find my old Illustrator comics. Here's one of them. I apologize for the writing. I'm not a writer. This was before Ashley and I teamed up. It's just a single panel. Yeah. Bird flu, get it? Because it's a bird, but it's also a flu. Yeah. That was definitely a choice. I realize now perhaps it was not in the greatest of taste. Do I have anything? I mean, I have other ones, but they're, you know, it's just, you know. I guess there's also this one. Hold on. Hold on. Yes, I have always been a Pokémon fan. I think this was just an excuse to draw my former roommate in a giant Jigglypuff costume, in all honesty. But, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty fair assessment. I don't know that she was wrong. it's always weird just to look back at your old work. Yeah, and I definitely think that my comics are much better for Ashley writing them. Anyway, it's the joke is that, you know, we had a Pokemon themed wedding, and yeah, my groomsmen were also dressed like Pokemon. Good times, everyone. Yeah, I tried using, I think I had actually done a hand drawing on that one, and I tried using their like convert to vector tool, and it came out super weird, but I was like, oh, it looks so artsy. I would not do it the same way any longer. Anyway, those are my Illustrator comics. We won't be seeing any more of those. They'll go back in the box now. They were good learning exercises. And now they can live safely in the past, where they can't hurt anyone. Oh, I think nerd weddings are great. Absolutely. I will say, Ashley was very generous, and she let me fit 2 things into our wedding. In the prelude, the music before we made our entrances. She let me use the Final Fantasy prelude piano version of it. Oh, she let me. She agreed that we could do it. She was not, you know, she did not have experience with that franchise previously, but she said it was cool. And then one of my best men had recorded himself doing a guitar cover of the song Time's Scar from Chrono Cross, like the kind of intro music, and it was really, really nice. So we used that one as well. So we had a little video game music in there. The Halo 3 wedding theme? I'm not aware of this. Is it, or was it just in general? A general Halo 3 theme, perhaps? I'd love to combine 2 songs for that. One for the groom, one for... That's a cool idea. Yeah, absolutely. I say make, like, for weddings, 100% make it about, you know, the people getting married. Like, you're gonna remember that day, and you should get to feel like you had the day that you wanted. A wedding heist theme. That's pretty awesome. Oh, someone on TikTok can make any song a wedding song. I like it. Gonna make the window a little bit bigger. Move this up. There we go. I know I got these a little bit uneven in here, but we're gonna just, you know, do our best. Bless our hearts, we're trying. I guess it's just me. Bless my heart, I'm trying. So if you could do that, then what would be the song? If you could pick like any like semi-nerdy or semi-nerdy song that you would do that with to have as part of a wedding theme, what would you pick? You're not allowed to use Halo. I mean, that sounds like permission. Harry Potter for your part? Okay, yeah, I could see that 100%. I'm sure there's a lot of people who've done that. Or Pokemon. Yeah, I was gonna ask, have you seen any of the new Legends ZA? Or are you holding off until you can get it to play? Fallen won't buy you Pokemon. Are you sure it's not the other way around? Just checking. Asking for a friend. Yeah, I've heard a few people have very strong negative opinions about it, but I've also been watching, like, I've watched people play through most of it. I've watched some speedruns of it, actually, and I've seen, we got it for one of our kids for their birthday, and I'm trying to hold off until I finish Scarlet, which could be a long time since I don't get to play, but I really like how it looks, honestly. Says the man who is going to buy it for me. It's very different. The battle mechanics and stuff are different, and I don't know what you thought of Legends Arceus. But it's even different from that a bit. But I kind of like, I really like what I've been seeing of it. I think it looks pretty cool. I love the vibe of it and the idea of it. I like the cast of characters that I've seen so far. Like, I'm actually a pretty big fan of it. Just based on what I have seen. Put this speech bubble in here. Janos, hey! Oh my gosh! It has been a while. How are you doing? I breathe once again to haunt those unworthy. Wait, unworthy of haunting? I'm not sure. Meaning unclear. You're alive, so you've been better though. I'm doing okay. Lots happening. But in general, we're good. In general. Is married life still treating you well? Yeah, Fallen, I feel like that's the piece that I'm missing, is I haven't played it and haven't really gotten into the core of the battle system. So, yeah, I feel like I probably would need that piece of information before I gave like a final opinion on it, like a real legit one. Frank! She's right here, man. You can't say that stuff. That's a lot of ice cubes I'm drawing. Why am I drawing so many ice cubes? I don't even know. I don't even know. He wants those 5 kids. He's putting a ring on it. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that back. Add pencils. I am at least making progress. This is my second new panel of the stream. It's amazing. 5 sets of twins. That's some math, my friend. That is some math. Not sure you know what you're asking, Frank. I'm not sure you know. But Janos, I did want to share. I did have one piece of really exciting news. This happened. This is the anthology from Kids Comics Unite, the community that we're part of. We crowdfunded it back in May, and because of that, we are officially published. Ashley and I, we contributed a 4-page comic as part of it, so that was cool. That's my biggest exciting news. 5 sets of twins equals 10 incomes when you're retired. If you want the kids to tithe to you, is that what you're going for? It's basically like you having a child. Okay. I'm gonna try to read it. I'm gonna try. Did you do a did that didn't do a did that I thought would do that didn't does that did that didn't doing done did it do did a lot of not a lot I lost it. Did a lot of not a lotting dola doing dona doula do. There we go. You don't have a brain? Me neither. The brain rot is real. You know what I wish though? I just wish that here, how long since we had the original conversation? I wish I had the googly eye sunglasses. I still haven't made that happen, and it's kind of a regret at this point. As long as the kids still love you. I like where you're coming from, Fallen, on that one. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's going all right with that. All right, so bigger. Yeah, that's what I think I want. What did you say? Oh, you said as long as the kids still love you. I think that's the goal over the income, if you ask me. Just doing the faces as I'm trying to draw them again. Don't mind me if you see weirdness happening here. It's just my inability to draw faces without making them. You know what else is the goal? Doing the did that no one can do, because does did to done to make sure do will never done did again for does. I've missed you, my friend. I don't think I'm capable of any other form of speech now. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. We're good here. I'm good with it. All the boys will be mama's boys, and all the girls will be mama's girls. There will be a clear favorite parent. The kids will do the thing that our kids do. Where, like, if Ashley and I are standing together, like, I'll say something, like, give an instruction, and they'll just kind of look over at Ashley and, like, wait for her to be like, yes. Maybe they don't do that all the time. You'll be a drill sergeant at 5 a.m. wake up. How do I want to do this smile? You don't even do that. 6 a.m. clean house. Listen, you know what? 7 a.m. make me coffee. So you're gonna get up at 5 a.m. to make sure they're up, and you're not gonna have coffee till after 7 a.m. when you have them make it for you? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? I call baloney on that, honestly. If that's your routine and you're like wrangling 10 kids, especially at the start, to get them to learn to do this, you're gonna be like just eating fistfuls of instant coffee grounds if just to get going. They wake up yeah, no. You know what though? I'm just, I'm inclined to just let you go ahead and, make whatever determinations you want, because oftentimes your ideas of what you're going to do as a parent are very different than what they actually turn out to be. You learn things along the way, man. And this is why I'll be the favorite collecting their ink. You can't wait for them to do all the stuff you don't like doing, including working. Right, but are you ready for the work required to get them there doing it? That is the question. I think I made them too tall again. Maybe I need to bring the floor up a little bit. Interesting plan. Good, fascinating thought. Yeah, I think that'll work, and then I'll make the legs a bit shorter. I will just, so some parent math that I think is important to know here is that being parent that makes all the rules minus parent that enforces all the rules equals the parent that they just kind of don't really listen to. For Mother's Day, you get handmade gifts and homemade breakfast. For Father's Day, he gets a rock. What? What did Frank deleted Fallen's message? And this is why you get rocks. See, now that looks a bit too short of legs and kind of weird, and I regret drawing them that short. And I'm gonna fix that. Yes, Frank. I mean, I think that means she really wants you to live, so that's probably like a compliment I would go with. That's fair. Yeah, pretty sure. kind of a blessing. You know, Frank, I do have a theory, by the way. You know, the way you especially talk so tough about how what you'll have the kids do. I feel like that usually means that you're the one who they're gonna have wrapped entirely around their finger. Like just 100%. Fine, I win. I mean, you kind of do win. Alright, do I want to do pencils? I'll do separate layers for this. That sounds like a good idea. You're gonna make them all like little Harry Potter. It's going to melt if you have daughters. Entirely possible, honestly. No boyfriend's tense. Oh, Frank, you are in for it, my friend. It's an amazing ride, parenthood. I would never trade the decision to become a parent. I would not change a single thing about it, honestly. But I also feel like if you're doing it right, it's very challenging. You should be challenged. You're trying to do the best to like raise and educate and form other humans. They will be picking their Pokemon starters and taking Hogwarts tests to find out their houses. Oh my gosh. Instead of like gender reveals, you'll have Harry Potter house reveals. That's incredible. I kind of love this. Gotta start them early. Educate. School can't teach them all the life lessons. That ear is a little bit off. We'll fix that. Better. At least one Gryffindor. I can just see Frank being like, you know, other kids at the park might be like playing tag with their family, and Frank's like got him playing Dead by Daylight, like real life edition. I feel like you should definitely save that you know, we need at least one Gryffindor, one Ravenclaw. Oh, I'm just imagining like a modified, like, you know, playing in the park game, but instead of it being like tag or any of those, it's like a Dead by Daylight style like thing. Basically modifying tag into being kind of Dead by Daylight. But I think it'd be hilarious, you know, if you were expecting and people are like, oh, what do you hope it is? And you're like, I hope it's a Gryffindor. That would be kind of amazing. and I would love it. You're getting the board game. Wait, is there a board game? I did not know this. I mean, I don't play the actual game either, but I know you guys do. That's really the only place that was coming from. I feel like that torso is too long. Fix that. Ugh. Not gonna get through pencils tonight, am I? Maybe bring down his size a little bit. Okay, I think that's pretty good. You're the only Gryffindor you know, so you don't care what houses they get. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. We'll share what we got. I'm probably not gonna work too much longer. Tomorrow is gonna be a very full day, so I actually need to do my very best to get sleep. Just gonna make a pencils folder. I'm surprised that there's so few Gryffindors, honestly. I mean, I'm not gonna like claim the most incredible Harry Potter fandom. So maybe I'm just missing something that's obvious to everybody else. Actually, I don't think I do want that. Yeah. Oh, wow. So this is definitely something that I missed. I didn't realize there was the test for all of that. House Wand and Patronus. That's cool. So I can put her... that's a weird angle for her arm. Here, because then the fridge will actually be opening more outward. Actually, no, the fridge doesn't open that way. Gonna go back to line tool here just to kind of keep things a little bit kind of in perspective. slightly, maybe. Maybe. It's called Wizarding World now. Not to be wait, is that tied in with the Universal thing? The Wizarding World of Harry Potter? The Universal thing used to be called Pottermore? I didn't even realize that. Because I remember going to it back in like 2012. That was probably the last time we went to Universal, actually. We're due. We want to go back, especially with Super Nintendo World, but we just haven't yet. No, I don't want to turn sticky keys on. Even though I've been using Shift so much. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's a okay. Yeah, I thought I'd heard of Pottermore, and I was like, wait, is that what? Okay. I clearly did not visit it. In case that was obvious by my lack of understanding literally anything about it. Cool. It was just normal life for Jeff when you... Hey now. That's my entire rebuke. Hey now. It's the only website you should listen to. Oh, for sorting. Okay. Cake shared. All right, cool. Yeah. We are just about at that time, so I should probably like wrap up what I'm doing here and get to those sweet, sweet cakes. That sounded weird. Why did that sound so weird? Sorry, that sounded weird, guys. Don't mind me. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's great. They're gonna need more stuff in that fridge, but I don't want to think about it right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. That's what I say. All right, let's do this. Let's do cake. I'm gonna wrap this up. Yeah, this is okay. I have a whole other page to pencil. I'm gonna have to start doing some stuff off stream. Because I need to wrap this up. This is intended to go out in the holiday issue of CoreToons, which will be in the beginning of December. So I do need to be moving forward on this piece. Also because I'm, going to be jumping in on other pieces in the near future. So I'll try to push this forward a little bit more before next week. We'll still be working on it, but maybe I'll at least be inking. Yeah, we should do it that way. Maybe. Hopefully I have enough time to do that. It's going to be a really busy weekend. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just muttering to myself. No big deal. It's fine. Everything's fine. So, with that, I'm going to hop back over to... Nope, that's not it. That's it. Hop back over to just chatting. I'm going to close this down. And grab the Discord real quick. Oh, by the way, Frank, I did see the new comic up on Instagram as well. I'm seeing it here. I'm seeing it here as well, but... Wait, is this... Hold on. Is this... So this is the Halloween themed wedding cake? Is that what we're looking at here? Sorry, I didn't even use the command. Hold on. So yes, please tell us about this cake. Okay, so yes, it is a Halloween themed wedding cake. Halloween themed wedding. I see like the black flowers on the side. Cool, cool, cool. I mean, it's perfectly on theme. Yeah, this is really cool. So what? The bride and the groom were vampires. Whoa. Okay. Hence the look of the cake. Yes, makes perfect sense. So what kind of cake was it? Like the actual cake? Do you know? Or do you remember at this point? No flowers? Well, what about, because I was looking like right here. These look like black. Well, I was looking on the side, not on the cake. Right? This is to the right on the edge here. Am I? Red velvet cake, nice. Yeah, that makes. I feel like I should have seen that one coming, but I didn't somehow. Yeah, no, not on the cake. Just off on the side. Yeah, I bet that would be really good with the fruit too. Did you have a favorite part of making this cake? And or did you have a least favorite part making this cake? Oh man, I bet that would be so good. Red velvet with raspberry filling. I would be on board with that 100%. It was easy. That's the favorite part. Yeah, there was no piping on this, right? Like it's just frosting. Nothing you complained about? I mean, for being easy, it looks amazing. Really just base, a little color, fruit, and drips. Nice. Oh, it only took an hour. Oh, that's awesome. I think it's cool to see how something that's actually pretty simple to execute can still look really good. Well, this is great, and it's perfectly on theme as we're now just a little over a week from Halloween. So very cool. Thank you as always for sharing. So Frank, are you more Halloween next week? Yes, that would be perfect. Yeah, I will. I will share my part of our Ashley and my costume. I'll be streaming in that next week. Hold my horse. Yeah, I only have the one, so it's easier to hold it. No, just one. No them. Just one horse. Can I share your finished comic, Lucy remastered, that you posted yesterday? Is that cool? So everyone can see the complete piece with the dialogue. Oh wait, so the Discord and Instagram ones are different? I'm apparently not perceptive. All right, yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I noticed on the Instagram one that you had redone it. All right. Just a moment. And share it we shall. As soon as I fix my OBS window. There we go. All right. There we go. I know we got to see this one in development, but now we get to see the final product. Yeah, I love all the things that I loved about it last week. I definitely think this first panel, the shading adjusted looks better. It doesn't read penguin anymore, which is good. It's still so cool to see how it's the exact same dialogue, but you just completely change the feel of the strip. I like that. Yeah, I just like this one. It has that you really nailed that like Calvin and Hobbes kind of super reflective feeling. It came out great. So is what you're working on, is it another remaster or is this a fresh comic? Although I think the remasters are a great idea. It's super cool. So I'm on board either way. It's doing a duos. Oh, cool. Very good, very good. Yeah, so while he's wrapping that up, I'll just kind of wrap up on my announcements. So Next week we'll be working on the Sunny Skies comic again for CoreToons. That'll be, I hope to have moved it further along before we get there. Before we get to next week's stream. Although it's a little tricky this weekend. I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot of art done. We'll see. And I'm also trying to balance that D&D piece with like 19 characters. I brought it entirely on myself, but I really want to do it, and I'm excited to kind of push it forward. I think it's going to be fun. It was interesting because it's like a huge campaign, right? It's a huge group. So with, you know, anywhere from a dozen to 20 people in the room every session, we don't really take time to introduce our characters or describe our characters. So a lot of us, unless we, you know, are already friends and talking about our characters, we don't know exactly what the other characters in the room are. So I actually was able to collect everybody's character info, which was pretty cool to actually get that. So I'm excited to do something where we can all kind of actually see the characters. Like what does this party of adventurers actually look like? This ragtag team of underdogs as we work through the Feywild. We're doing the campaign we're playing right now is The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which has been really fun. We almost made it through without combat. Excuse me. The DM told us that technically we could have played through without any combat. But we did decide to battle a 50-foot witch who was, you know, forcing child labor. So I feel like I stand by our decision in general. Yeah. All right, Discorded. Let's check it out. All right. Sorry, I'm just reading it first. It looks, yeah, it's fun. Did someone say? It's like you were just talking about this or something. There we go. I like this a lot. This is fun. It's okay, so there is supposed to be some dialogue there in panel 4. Gotcha. That's pretty solid. That's not just pretty solid. That's really solid, honestly. Just like that kind of turnaround to get to the and this is basically pencils. Like it looks good. Like you got pretty much everything you need in there. I like it. It's funny, after getting so used to the loosey-goosey style eyes, it's cool seeing you work with like the different eye style. I think it does add a good level of expressiveness, and I like how you varied all the expressions and the motion. No, you had to change. Oh, this is your favorite series that he does? Because you needed her to roll her eyes, so you had to. Yeah, I don't know how. I think the only way you can really do an eye roll with the eyes that don't have the whites is you have to draw the upper border of the eye like the upper eyelid. Hold on. Yeah. Like, you can do it. It doesn't quite read the same. Like, hold up. I just wanna try this. Like, if you do, no, that looks kind of weird. All right. No, maybe, yeah. I see the whites definitely are important. Yeah, well, some of the characters have whites in their eyes. Well, Cuphead does sometimes. Wait, doesn't he sometimes have them? Hold on. No, it's gotta be up. That kind of does it a little bit. I like what you did better. Like, yeah, I think what you did reads so much better. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I was trying to remember if I could pull the books out. But I'm not gonna do it right now because I know we're wrapping up. I know you need to sleep. I know I need to sleep. But yeah, I like the expressiveness of this. It's good. It's real good. Apparently that's all my brain can spit out right now. I like it. So are you aiming to finish this one before Halloween, I'm assuming? And also, yeah, I like the idea of changing style just whenever it kind of suits you. Just kind of the idea of like the rules are there to help you, but they're not like hard and fast always. Nice. Well, you're probably gonna finish this comic before I finish the next Sunny Skies, but that's okay. That is okay. I can live with that. I'm telling this more to myself than I am to you. Obviously, for you, it's fine. But yeah, very good, Frank. I like it. All right, there we go. As Frank is signaling, it is about that time. Thank you for joining us. I'm wrapping up here. You can find me here on Twitch at WagWorksGA at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on Thursdays. That is my regular stream time. Also, if you're looking for more of Ashley and my work, you can find us on social media as WagWorksGA. We're really on Instagram and YouTube and Twitch. That's pretty much it. But you can check out also more of our work over at wagworksga.com. That's our website. We actually have a store there. So some of my like Pokemon fan art, you can actually get some prints of that. And some digital stuff too, which is pretty cool, and I like it. As Frank so astutely pointed out, not only is the digital edition of the anthology out, but backers are getting their books, have been getting their books this week. It's real. It's a thing. Ashley and I are officially published. It's kind of crazy to be able to say that, and it's very exciting to be able to hold our work in our hands. But the book is out, and stay tuned for some news about the availability of it. We're working on something, so hold on for that. Good night, Frank. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good week at work, Frank, and Fallen as well. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. I love having you guys here. It's fun chatting. Yeah, you keep it fun. I appreciate you. Anything else? Yeah, CoreToons now a digital magazine. It was just a Substack newsletter we created with some other kids comic friends of ours, with like bite-sized kids comics with some educational content. You can find us at CoreToons.substack.com. That's where you'll get most of the news about what's going on, and we do share some content out there too, even though now we've gone to more of the digital magazine format as like a complete package. But we'll still be sharing stuff over the Substack as well over time. I think that's everything. Yeah, it's there's a lot going on, but it's all good. Yeah, well, thank you everyone for joining me. I really appreciate you choosing to spend some time with me while I get to share this art. This is a relaxing time for me. I really enjoy it. It's just kind of an unwinding time. So thanks for letting me share. If you're watching the video, the VOD over on YouTube or on Twitch, feel free to drop a follow, a subscribe, a like, a comment, kind of, whatever is appropriate where you're at. But just that's a great way to support me. And even if not, I'm just happy you're here and you're supporting me by watching this. So thank you. I hope everybody has a great week. I hope everybody has a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye.